Hello Facebook Live, and hello YouTube. It's Marilyn Devonish here from transformationstm.com, and I thought I would just pull a quick card for the month ahead. So I've just finished doing the individual readings for my membership group. So we do something every single month, which is a favorite day of the week, which is called Tarot Tuesday. So we built up the anticipation for this month. And I've just finished doing the readings for that. And, you know, anyone that wants one can have an individual reading. And what I thought I would also do is pull a card for the month ahead. So what I did with regards to this one is I've kind of pulled a card from I used the Abundance deck. So the Angels of Abundance deck. Kind of just sat and thought, right, let's pull a card which is kind of relevant for the people who have come across this particular reading. And the card that came up was Quiet Retreat. So the message on this card says it's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. So this is a card of, the way I might say it is joyful disconnection. It's not about just going, oh my God, hiding, but it's about sort of taking some time out. So it might be that you have physically felt out of sorts. It might be, I think a word that comes to mind is discombobulated. It may be that the energies around you have just been really intense at the moment. And this is one that is saying, okay, it's time to take a step back. It's time to retreat. It's time to take some time for yourself, just to get your thoughts straight, to get your energy straight, to get your thinking straight, to work on your mindset, to work on your body, to get yourself back into alignment rather than rushing kind of headlong into the month. And I guess, you know, there's an old saying, you know, taking time to, you know, stop and smell the roses, and it definitely feels like an element of that that sort of saying, in terms of taking some time out to just appreciate time and space with yourself. So it could be time and space for healing, because I know a lot of people have felt out of sorts this past month. It could be, I think the way I describe it is taking that there might be something that you've been confused about, you've been lacking clarity on. And so it feels as though there's an element of that as well. And one of the best ways to hear yourself is to just turn down the noise. So if you're somebody who meditates and you haven't been putting it into your daily practice, then this might be a really good time to go back to your meditation practice. If you're someone who likes being out in nature, and even if you don't like being out in nature, this might be a time to be out in nature, just so you get that sense of being kind of reconnected and grounded. So it feels like at least the you know, we're a week into August now, so I would say it feels like at least the first 2 weeks of this month, so this week and into next week, definitely feels like either looking at what can you do to, I can hear Beyonce saying upgrade you, so what can you do to kind of almost upgrade your mind, to feed and nourish your mind, to look after your mindset, to heal your mindset, because this isn't just about the physicality of the body, it's also about the mindset, because as I'm sure you're aware, if you've ever had anything wrong with your mind, you will know about the impact that can have both on your physical body and what is actually happening and manifesting around you. So there's definitely here looking at the mind, giving the mind a chance to process, decluttering almost, decluttering your thoughts, decluttering what's going on around you. But it definitely is the whole thing. We're starting this month, for those for whom the reading resonates, starting this month with a little bit of a step back. I definitely know I've been doing that myself. But it's that, and I'm also going to have to apologize, because for some reason Facebook has been a bit weird. and it's not always showing me. Oh, here we go, I've managed to activate it because it just wasn't showing me comments earlier. Hey Trevor, thank you for rejoining me. I don't know why the emoji just really made me laugh out loud when I saw it earlier on today. Hi Coral, thank you for joining me. But yeah, so I would say, you know, the whole thing about taking a bit of time out, having some relaxation time, taking time for yourself, whatever you do to ground you, whatever you do to center yourself, whatever you do to work on your mindset, whatever it is you do to look after your physicality. But for some reason, it really feels like there's a mind piece here this month. It's not just, the physicality is really important. The clearing of stuff is really important, but it feels like the physicality, and we just had this conversation in the membership group. One of the readings that came up was about, you know, as directors clearing clutter in terms of the environment as well. And I know several people in the group are kind of on that track. So it feels like there's an element of that. So maybe looking around your space, looking around in your environment, what is cluttering your space, what is cluttering your field, and what is cluttering your mindset and your thinking, and then taking that three-pronged approach and looking at what you can do to kind of change and resolve that. So yes, a bit of quiet retreat may be in order as we transition into this month of August. So there you go. Actually, I'll do it anyway. I was going to say, I'll be uploaded, because when I do the individual readings for the membership group, I always kind of take a picture. So I'll upload a picture. So I'll be kind of counting later and going, why are there 11 cards when I only did 10 readings this month? But yeah, I'm sure I remember. But yeah, quiet retreat. So, and what I always say to the group as well, after I've done their individual readings, because I post a picture of the card so that people can have a look at it, because there may be things that when you look at the card, it will stand out for you, it will resonate for you, and it will speak to you on a particular level. And I would definitely say the same with this one. So let's see, anything else? I think if I were to kind of just, you know, just having a kind of final glance at it with the two, what appear to be today, because sometimes they look slightly different, but with what appear to be the two doves, this is, we're coming back, I don't know what it is about the way that it's phrasing is mental freedom. There was a book years ago, I remember years and years and years ago, I must have been like a teenager or like late teens, I think, and there was a book by Maya Angelou which is called I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. And I bought this book for my mother because she was unwell, and I thought, you know, she might want to read something. But you know, oftentimes there's I think it's one of the Archangel Michael cards in the Archangel Power Tarot deck, where there's a picture and there's a bird in the cage. The cage door is open, but the bird is in the cage, kind of hasn't realized the door is open, and so isn't free. And there are loads of other birds flying about going, woohoo, come on out, the water's fine. But for some reason, we're back to this mindset piece again. So I would say anything that has been mentally constraining you, mentally blocking you, and it might be coming down to something as basic as self-confidence, self-belief, self-worth, along those lines, the kind of what I would put into the category in kind of the coaching context of limiting beliefs. But if there's something going on there that is pretty much closing down your mindset, and almost, I mean, it's going to sound a bit dramatic, but keeping you enslaved, then beginning of this month might be a really good time to look at that as well, so have that sense of freedom, and that you can kind of get on out in the world and spread your wings. So that is what I'd say, just doing a very quick card pull for the month of August. And as I was saying to the group, you know, don't be like Columbo, but as we get towards the end of the month, you know, and oftentimes what happens for me, totally, I'm not reading for myself when I'm doing the Angel Tarot readings for the group, but there are times that I, you know, do read for myself, and I'll often write the cards down, or I'll take a photo, I'll come across the photo maybe several weeks or even months later, and then I look back with hindsight, having not remembered about the reading at all, and then I look back and go, now actually what happened that month? And it's always really uncanny. I mean, oftentimes it's spot on in the moment, so it's going to be interesting as people rock into the group and watch the replay Facebook Live video. It's always fascinating when they go and hear their reading, because, you know, 8, 9 times out of 10 they go, oh my God, that's exactly where I'm at, or that's exactly what I've been doing, or that's exactly what I've been focusing, or that's exactly the nudge and the push and the reminder that I needed. And it's also the second phase of that, if you like, is just, you know, hearing the reading, taking it for what it is, getting on with the rest of your day, week and month, etc., and then coming back a little bit later and going, okay, how did things pan out, and, you know, how was all of that implemented? But there was definitely a theme this month in the group. I would say if I had to kind of put it in angelic terms, it was the energy of Archangel Raphael. And so people got some very direct and straightforward readings and kind of thoughts and suggestions around that as well. But yeah, always fun. I know hands down, you know, I've got 7 themes that run throughout the membership group. We kick the month off with Motivation Monday, in terms of kind of getting for the month ahead. We've got Tarot Tuesday, where I do individual angel tarot card readings. That is hands down the most favorite day of the week. We've got Wisdom Wednesday. So each month I will kind of, it's almost a bit, I guess it's a bit like an essay, choosing someone from throughout history. So we've gone back as far as Aristotle and Socrates, and pulling together some of their greatest works and using that almost as a coaching introspection piece. We got Think Tank Thursday, which is another Facebook Live session where people can ask anything. So it's a coaching consultancy style session. We finish off the month with Focus Friday. So we're kind of doing a stock take of where we're at and looking at kind of getting some focus for where we're going. Sharing Saturdays, like the wild card. So some, you know, I do teleseminars or webinars for the group. You know, that's where I shared the 3-minute healing miracle piece, so we've done some stuff around that. So it really just depends what's at. You know, we've done some soul card readings, soul plan clear, you know, whatever. So sharing Saturdays, whatever it feels right and relevant to share. And then we have Soul Food Sunday, which is something to touch the soul. But you know, I know from the feedback for the 1.5 years that I've been running the membership group now that people absolutely love the angel tarot card readings, and they're always really uncannily accurate and spot on as well, spookily so sometimes. It's just like the one, seriously, we had I won't say her name, but when she watches it, I think she's just going to fall off her chair, because it was just beyond crazy. So I'm really looking forward to her watching that one. Right, cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Really wishing you an amazing, abundant month of August. For me, money is definitely the theme, as I'm for the first time ever looking at raising money for someone else and a charitable cause, which has been an interesting journey to say the least. I'm only on day 4 so far, and it's been an emotional roller coaster, and has definitely kind of, you know, made me look at a number of things. Also made me look at how I spend and time, and, you know, kind of what do I actually give away, and maybe, you know, putting some boundaries around that as well. So lots of learnings coming from that. So I know for me the month of August definitely has a theme about money, has a theme about abundance, looking at ways to bring that in a bigger way. So yeah, whatever your theme is, wherever you're at, wishing you a really brilliant month, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.